Probably my most successful opportunity to learn a new language was when I learned Spanish. I have never taken a Spanish class, no idea how to write Spanish. I do not know what most of the words mean. I don't know what that little upside down exclamation point means. I know nothing. But I learned conversational Spanish by my workmates, by my colleagues who were working next to me when I was waiting tables for several years. So it turns out a lot of the people who bus tables, who are my closest companions when I'm waiting tables, a lot of these individuals are native Spanish speakers. Spanish is their first language. So thankfully, a lot of them were really patient with me, and I was able to pick up a lot of the language from them, a lot of the phrases that you would normally use. And it actually served me reasonably well. When I have traveled overseas to countries where Spanish is the main language, I have been able to carry on a little bit of a conversation only by learning these phrases. So since that experience, I've been a fan of learning wholesale phrases and not necessarily getting caught up in grammar or what each individual word means, but simply learning the entire sentence. And then after a while, maybe someday I'll be able to come back around and learn individual words and learn Spanish a little bit better by the book. Since we were working in restaurants, I would learn food and eating out and typical greetings that kind of strangers would give each other to be friendly with each other, and it was really helpful. Say things like, I know lots of words for food in Spanish. Hamburguesa con papas, for example, hamburger and fries. One time I was traveling in Spain and it was a busy morning, and I said to the person behind the counter, I said, hola, and they said hola back. I said, mucho trabajo hoy, ¿sí? And they said, sí, mucho trabajo, which means it's very busy today, isn't it? Which of course is something that I would say to my colleagues all the time. So it's funny, the strange places where we can pick up a language really well simply by living it day to day and using the same phrases over and over again. So today I decided to do a conversation where somebody was purchasing street food. Now the person purchasing the food is a native Hindi speaker, and the person serving them the food is a native Hindi speaker. And the conversation was very, very fast. It was so fast. So honestly, I didn't learn all the phrases very well. I'm going to do my best to kind of plow through them, but oftentimes they were talking over each other, and y'all, it is such a fast language when spoken by native Hindi speakers and just in their regular day-to-day life. Holy cow! I could try to slow things down, but honestly, it wasn't always helpful. Oh, and by the way, when I did my video where I discussed numbers, there are two numbers that are actually really important to know that I forgot to include in the number. 20, which is bis, and 25, which is pachis. 20 rupee, which is about a quarter, is the cost of a little cup of chai. Sometimes it costs pachis, which is 25 rupees, which would be about 30 cents. But yeah, that's all it costs. It's delicious. Drink them all day long and never run out of money because they're so inexpensive. It's a milk-based chai. And by the way, you don't say chai tea, you say chai because chai is the word for tea. So this is going to be a conversation where the customer is sometimes speaking and the person serving them the food is sometimes speaking. Kese berereho, 20 rupe, tazato he, baya tazahe. Dico. Chalo tike, dople karo, banudu. Yahin pe banadun, arkalete hen na yahin pe, vonu par bahut garmia. Vonu upar bahut garmia. The nice thing about these videos is they actually show the transcription in Hindi and then the translation in English, which is really nice. But I'm telling you, these three phrases flashed up so quickly because he said them so quickly in here. So, yahin pe banadun, arkalete hen na yahin pe, vo par bahut garme. Yamati hi heor kyae. And mati, I don't actually know what mati is, but it was this item that they put sort of at the bottom of the bowl, and it looks sort of like a, I don't know, maybe like a corn chip or something that was crunchy that they placed at the bottom of the bowl, and then they scooped this stew or sort of a soup with potatoes, it looked like, on top of it. And then there were some sauces that went on top as well. Oh, y'all, Indian food is all about the textures, the crunch, and the sauces. Mm. And of course it's about the spices too. So, Yamati hi to hear kya hai? Yamati hi to hear kya hai? Han mati hai. Baya toda masale de cardena. Tagiri. Pyaj daldu baya? Han. Pyaj waj daldke. Nimbu wibu dalkebadiasi. Oof. Again, that sentence that I just said, it was said so quickly, and I've slowed it down many times, and I've never really been able to pick it up. Han. Pyaj waj dalke. Nimbu wibu dalkebadiasi. Yan pyaj waj dalke. Nimbuibu dal kibadaya si. Nimbubibaya. Kanahe. Nai kanahe. And someday I will be so proficient in this language I'll be looking back and saying, oh, did I really pronounce that very common phrase like that? That's crazy. See you next week.